Some gameplay details for Devil's Third have been released. So in this video I'll be rounding up all of the latest details. We got some details about the single player and the multiplayer, so I'm just going to get on with those details. So the game starts in a alternate timeline after the overthrow of socialism in the Soviet Union. A group in favour of soldiers have defeated from New Russia. They start plotting their revenge against the Western world, which was responsible for the upheaval in their country. Name of this organisation is called the School of Democracy. This starts the attack in various parts of the world, causing serious damage worldwide. Main character is currently named Ivan. Companions include the Special Forces of the Soviet Army, their codename being Big Mouse, Jana Doe, C4, Ludmila Grudlo-Sahar. They are led by a shadowy figure who organised and trained this particular group using ancient martial arts. These are arts that go beyond those of common mortals. After many missions, the team has forgotten the original purpose, which was to restore the former Soviet Union. The group has been transformed into a living lethal weapon with no moral barriers. Killing and terrorizing enemies, women and children is how the gang gets justice to end the revolution. One mission includes the extermination of dissidents in a town in Latin America. The Big Mouse and his team use chemical weapons to exterminate an entire city. This move was just too far for Ivan, which caused an internal conflict. Ivan was classified as a traitor and ordered to be executed on the spot. Ivan escapes with the intervention of UN forces, who then arrest him. Ivan was imprisoned at Guantanamo Bay and sentenced to 850 years in prison for crimes against humanity. Ivan ends up coming to an agreement and works for the US government as a liaison for the capture and destruction of his former group. Ivan's former gang sets out to destroy all of the satellites that were orbiting the planet, creating the so-called Kessler effect. Destroying the communication network and weapon systems make the armies of the Western world less powerful. Gameplay includes shooting and sword fighting, which we knew about before. There are situations where a gun is not helpful when facing an enemy close to you, so melee combat is necessary. Ivan handles weapons like an iron beam, Japanese swords and other sharp objects. Automatic rifles, pistols, rocket launchers are weapons also in the game. Each has a different weight and utility in battle. Ivan is relatively fast, but every time you carry a big gun, it changes his behaviour in battle. For example, when he holds a rocket, his evasion and jumping ability is lessened. The opposite happens when you are in possession of light weapons. Switch from first to first person with the press of a button. The game is built on Unreal Engine 3. The game does unfortunately suffer from poor quality textures, continuous pop-up and bad frame rate. Now the game did have some previews today. Unfortunately those previews of the single player weren't great. In a video earlier today I did give you my reaction to those previews and what I will be doing in terms of Devil's Third. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description for you guys to check out. So Artigake has also commented on the multiplayer. So there are things like diplomacy chat that only clan leaders can use. So you can have conferences with other clans. Now I'm not exactly sure if this is voice chat or whether this is text chat. We definitely need more confirmation of that. But that just sounds pretty cool. I'm a military enthusiast, says Artigake. So there are also many political elements in the game. Of course, you can enjoy the multiplayer even without playing the single player game, which would please a lot of people just because the single player does sound complete rubbish. Even so, the single player is packed with Artigaki-like things, so I'd like you to try it in order to make both the multiplayer side of the game and the single player side of the game enjoyable. In order to make both the multiplayer side of the game and the single player side of the game enjoyable, each of them required an amount of quantity, quality and scope. So yeah, that's just pretty much all of the things that I need to cover within this video. Again, let me know in the comments whether you still will be picking up Devil's Third for the Wii U or not. I probably still will, just because I was looking forward to this game for a long period of time. So I want to see what this game is like for myself. So yeah, that is pretty much all I'll talk about, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.